Hello, friends, and also Phil, who's not here technically. What's up, friends? How's everybody doing today? We are back. I am Pers. I am here with Julian and Phil, and we are joined today by our special guest, CJ from Dadabots and Stability.ai.
Yo, what's up?
Welcome, CJ. Yeah,
Welcome,
how's everybody
CJ.
doing today?
Chilling.
Okay, let's start by just taking a minute and maybe have CJ describe what Databots is as a movement, as a concept, as a band. It was probably my first exposure to AI music or doing music with AI, and I think that might be the case for a lot of people who were into this stuff early. But we'd love to hear, how you got started.
Oh, thanks, Paris. Yeah, we're a machine learning band. We have like metal, punk, experimental hip hop, electronic music roots, and we started at going to hackathons in 2012, making SoundCloud bots. Just thinking about extreme music and how can music be pushed even further beyond band music, beyond electronic music, and we realized code is the way to do it, and machine learning was the only way that we're going to able to synthesize things that sound realistic. And explore the full capabilities of music. So then, yeah, as like outsiders to the world of like academia or research science, just kind of self-motivated on the internet to download GitHub projects and experiment on our Linux servers with Python. What sounds can be made out of neural nets, looking at what was already happening in like text research and image research and speech, and just apply that to music audio. And we just, as outsiders, we published like a white paper at NeurIPS on generating black metal and math rock, and started putting out Bandcamp records of just full neural synthesis, just exploring it with the wide-eyed imagination of a child and the relentless hyper focus of a nerd. And yeah, now here we are having actual jobs as research scientists at Harmony.
That's amazing. Let's talk about the live stream. What the one of the funniest things I've ever seen is the I believe it was a broadcast from a math rock festival that just never ended. Can you describe that one a little bit?
Oh yeah, Mathcore Index Fest. So during pandemic, so yeah, Mathcore, one of my favorite genre of all time, is very much like a Northeast, like Boston, Rhode Island, New York kind of phenomenon of taking hardcore punk and making it very dissonant, very odd tab signature, very full of surprise. There's so much discordance you can't even properly mosh to it. You can only stage dive and crowd surf to it. And this is what I was making in high school. And I realized that with some of my favorite mathcore records by like Dillinger Escape Plan or Converge, I would, after listening to 100 times, I would memorize exactly how they go. And in doing so, lose all of that surprise that was giving me that adrenaline feeling, which led me to realize that in order to hold on to that feeling, I need to make probabilistic music. I need to make stochastic music. I need to make a process that generates the music. It's different every time. And there are, people have been, composers have been messing with chance-based music for a long time. John Cage and all that stuff, Brian Eno, but they were doing it with MIDI. And you can't make like metal with MIDI and have it sound anything but corny. And so that's how we got to neural synthesis, and was able to achieve it. And so, yeah, Mathcore Index Fest, one of the last bastions of this very niche subgenre, plays every year, has some of the best bands coming. And during pandemic, they couldn't do it. Couldn't do the show, so they did a live stream. And us being a YouTube channel that was also live streaming our generative neural nets, it was like, yo, can we perform at your festival? They're like, yeah. So we had a slot, I think it was a half hour, where we just let our sample RNN model, we trained it on all 16 bands that were playing that week. We just let it run and it was sort of like switch between the different bands' models, and you could hear it. And it was like so fun. And then at the end of the half hour, we just like didn't turn off our live stream. And so we were playing at Mathcore Index Fest for 2 years.
Yeah, I've been stuck in a
Damn.
porta potty there for 6
It's
months.
a long time.
That's insane. It's also kind of metal that like you trained on the actual performances too. Like it's almost like a statement is metal, right?
Yes. There's sort of like a virtuosity to the process there. That which I feel like these days, now that like AI music, the idea of it is very mainstream. What the mainstream has in their mind are these low effort, one click apps. And it's so much so that if you tell people that you're into music, they immediately assume that you're lazy. And so more than ever, as a artist in this space, it sort of demands that you do projects and performances that are very obviously high effort and had to put a lot of thought into it. And just like reusing the training data of the other bands at the same show is so obvious, right? It's like, okay, you spent a lot of time on this one specific thing.
Oh, I love that. It's super fun. Oh yeah. So and then having done all the stuff with Dadabots, what brought you into working with Stability and trying to like basically like what caused you to want to try to build these models for other people other than yourself?
Yeah. So we are very resource constrained with GPUs. That is the number one pain felt the entire time when you're a machine learning artist. It's just like your wallet cannot handle it. And so in the very, very early days, we would compete at hackathons to try to win GPU credits. And we did this at South by Southwest in 2017. One of the judges, Warner Vogels, the CTO of Amazon, and he made S3, AWS S3, and he liked our project just enough that we asked him for 100K in Amazon credits for GPUs, and he obliged. So that's how we actually got our very first like black metal math rock albums on our Bandcamp, was as a result of that. But of course, that those credits burn up extremely quickly. And throughout the years, we've done tricks where we'll try to find a startup that's going out of business, that's closing down shop, but they still have Amazon credits left, and I'll try to buy from them at a discount or some other exchange. So that's also how we were powered.
The Silicon Valley trick. I think they did that in the show.
Oh, they did it in the show?
I think they did that in the show. They bought a dying startup for their compute credits.
Right.
No way.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, they did.
That's crazy. Awesome. I mean, it works clearly.
Yeah.
You're proof of it.
Yes, it does work. Yeah, we had to be very scrappy. But then Ahmad Mostak, the founder of Stability AI. So before Stability was like a corporate entity, it was Ahmad with like, hey guys, I bought 6,000 GPUs on Amazon, and now I need to fill it with people doing stuff. And it was that was the initial conversation with Ahmad. And he was just like looking through Discords, trying to find these like indie researchers that were just doing it on their own passion. And I found the right people. And it's like, hey, we want to do music. Who's doing music? Dadabots. All right, throw them on. Here's GPUs. Go. I'm not gonna turn that down. And then a year later, that actually became a real job. And so it's fun. It's so nice to like reach that level of like, oh, okay, my art form, it this could be my job. It might be one of the few good ways to make make money as a musician.
True. Very true. Unfortunately true.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just that thought made me think about something else and made me forget what I was going to say. Yeah. So when you guys are working on the model, are you thinking about sort of this? I want to get into this, but I don't want to get into it in terms where you can't talk about it. But it's safe to say that some of the audio models that are available are in dicey legal waters. Is that important to you guys to try to make sure the stuff you're training on is like, licensed? Like I know it is. I'm sort of leading the question, but you know, when there's everything out there right now, like a free for all, and you can get really good sounding stuff because it was very clearly trained on copyrighted material, whatever. How do you guys set that apart? How do you guys try to like walk that line of like ethics in training on music? Because you know, musicians and they don't like being trained on, but yeah. So like, what's your thoughts on that?
Totally. Yeah. I think, you know, there's like two prongs to this fork. And I think as artists ought to feel the freedom to experiment, with whatever. But then, corporations, money making, companies, in the commercial realm, that's different. So then, yeah, when Zach and I, you know, we're now part of Stability AI and with Zach Evans, and we have Harmony. It's like, okay, no, we gotta do this the right way. So we ended up being the first text to audio company that actually licensed all the training data in the model that was released. And we did get props from that. It was a Time magazine top 100 invention of 2023 for that. And yeah, that's how we've been rolling. So yeah, that was licensed. But yeah, the kind of data that you can get from licensing is like, you know, stock music. It's not the like top 100 Billboard music. And so, you know, other groups that just go ahead and scrape it, you know, that you can sound more like mainstream music. And the companies that license it, you know, not so much. And yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I think people really need to understand is, you know, when a model sounds really good, there's a good chance the stuff in it was not obtained, you know, in a way that's like usable later, really commercially, because as we all know, as good as these models become, the fingerprinting of music also becomes just as good, and if not better. And there's always somebody like gets paid at the end of the day, and that somebody is the record company. So like for just young people starting out and making albums and stuff, like, you know, dropping stuff you've made willy-nilly from some of these engines, like on Spotify, things like that, like you should think about maybe where that stuff came from, just to protect yourself in the future. Who knows what could happen with, you know, fingerprinting, copyright ID, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's all dicey water, but it's cool that Stable Audio 2.5 is all trained on licensed data, and you guys also have Stable Audio Open, or Stable Open Audio, which is, you know, trained on stuff that you can actually fine tune at home locally. So that's another call to go. You guys go train stuff on, fine tune that model on anything you've made or stuff that you like, you know, and that's kind of our path in the open source world to getting models that are on par with the, you know, the commercial stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. The ability to be able to release open source models from our work is just like, it's so fulfilling. And so yeah, the Stable Audio Open, that was trained on Freesound. All of that is public domain and CC BY license stuff. So you have a base model. The most expensive part in doing this research is the training of the base model. It takes the most amount of GPU and resources, but then once you have it, you can fine tune it. And I'm on the verge of releasing some collab notebooks on like how to fine tune with LoRa's. And I've like really kind of got the recipe down. I've been exploring all the like LoRa variations. And I know a lot of people have attempted to fine tune Stable Audio Open, and there's been a few successes. Royal Cities, Lyra.
Yeah, Royal Cities, shout out.
Yes. Oh, amazing. Yeah, Matt Dryhurst and the Call was a Stable Audio fine tune. But not everyone's had that success. So really, kind of getting that recipe down and having it work across a wide variety of things is my goal. And to get I really believe in personal AI. We collaborate with ARM to get the model to run locally. So like I get my model to run on MacBook, on the on the M1 chip, and that is it feels so good just to be not have to rely on GPU to run it. And just pushing that forward, making it faster, making it more expressive, making it more personalizable. That's my goal.
Yeah, but personal AI is definitely something a lot of us are super into, and I think we're all just kind of waiting for local LLMs to get better so we can have our own agents at home running our lives and orchestrating all the crap we don't want to deal with. Even with music production, like all the like stemming out tracks and like, of course I want a butler to do that. I don't have to deal with that stuff.
Jarvis, set my calendar.
Exactly. But yeah, Phil, do you have any questions for CJ in like the audio realm? I know you've been thinking about training audio models lately.
Yeah,
you
I have. Yeah, so I have been playing with a lot of audio stuff, and mainly two sides of the field. Really, one side of the field, I was trying to build neural networks from scratch. One of the first things I successfully built was an audio VE, just decompress, recompress, or reconstruct, and that was really fulfilling. One thing I learned in the process is like audio fidelity is really hard to preserve. It's a very difficult problem to preserve. Like with images, it's like noise, right? It's like, oh, it's grainy or the composition's a little off, right? But with audio, it's like unbearable because it's like noise, it's sound, right? And so I guess the question I want to ask is like, how many times was the model put through the oven before you found the recipe, basically?
Oh, yeah. No, that's a great question. And as someone who's attempted the training of a variational autoencoder, like you have felt the pain. Most of our effort, just man hours wise, was the autoencoder for sure.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
If you can get the autoencoder really, really good, then everything downstream is so much easier, right? Of course, there's the audio fidelity problem, which is like super, super hard, right? Because you're trying to train something that does compression like at MP3, but you're not, where MP3 is like manually hard coded. Like this thing, we're trying to set up the initial conditions for it to learn a proper compression, and we wanted to compress it as far as possible.
For speed and otherwise, right?
Yeah, for speed and otherwise. And so and downstream, when you have your generator in that VIE, and this could be a causal LM type generator like Suno, or it could be like stable audio's diffusion. Either way, you have this initial autoencoder stage, and I mean, the more compressed it is, the easier it is to learn. There's less things to learn. The higher fidelity is going to be, and so like putting all our eggs in that initial basket has really paid off.
What's the I have a few more pers if you're down for me to shoot off a few. Yeah. You actually touched on two things I'm interested in. One being like the general approach to like an architecture like Suno, because I don't know if there's a paper out. I honestly haven't looked, but that kind of stuff interests me, of just like, what is the latest and greatest? Audio is still not really in the hands of the masses yet in terms of like open source stuff. Like, of course we have open stable audio, but most people, I mean, even me, I do this every day, and my hands on open source models is very limited. Yeah. So my question is like, what kind of architectures? You said diffusion model, but then you said another one that I don't even know. And then the other thing that I was interested in is like, what's the latent size, right? Like what's the middle of that compression unit?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so there's like the two main pillars of architecture. Yeah. One being diffusion, which generates the whole song all at once, and then is iteratingly denoising it. And so it actually, like the other one's LM, so language models. So I mean, this is the same thing that the LMs are. It's a causal and discrete. So your autoencoder, I mean, you can do continuous ones like Mamba, but like generally you have a discrete VAE, and that means like the information is bucketed into hard buckets, like same like bits would be, and then you're just training like, and then forward in time, and then okay, and then the next step in time, and then the next step forward in time. It's causal, and yeah, there is no paper on Suno, but if you just play with it, you're like, it's like, oh, this is causal, and it and there's like temperature parameters and stuff, and so like, okay, this is probably a language model, just just like ChatGPT is.
Like next token prediction, basically.
It's next token prediction.
Interesting.
And, okay. Right, and again, here's an example in the music space, which has been like this generally the whole time, is that all of the kind of main core breakthroughs in machine learning happen in the other domains first: text, image, and these people just apply into music. Actually makes my job really easy. I just see what's working there and just apply it. And so the two like types of architectures definitely have their trade-offs. So like the causal model, it's actually it ends up being better for math core, right? Because it's like the model doesn't know what it's about to do, right? It can be very surprising very fast. You could crank the temperature up, and that's basically the level of surprise. Whereas the diffusion models are better for like bass music, because it's better at layering. Because I mean, yeah, because literally just iterating and filling in the details and adding more layers. So like this like electronic music sound design kind of stuff, it is superior in that sense.
What kind of speed? Because I feel like if you were denoising a whole song at once, I mean, is Ace Audio diffusion? I believe that's diffusion, right? It's in a K sampler, and it's
yeah. So if that's a case sampler, then we're talking about like K diffusion. That sounds like diffusion. Actually, I don't know. I don't know that one. Yeah. If you have the link, actually, you can post it. I'm kind of curious, but
yeah, absolutely. We'll send that to you after.
The diffusion models are faster. So I mean, the causal models are faster to first token because it doesn't need to generate the whole song; just generates the first token. But then diffusion is way faster. Like I'm making tracks in like 3 seconds. And like 3-4 minute track, 3 seconds. Actually, it's hilarious. After a bunch of optimization, like quantization and that kind of, and like distillation and kind of stuff, like actually the VAE decoder is the bottleneck now.
Really?
Is that right? Isn't that crazy?
I think we've seen something
that makes
similar
sense.
right? Like with some of the image models where it's like, 3 seconds to render and then in like 4 seconds to decode. And you're like, okay.
Even one when you're doing like medium res 4 steps, sometimes that tiling encode takes longer than to actually decode rather. It takes longer than to actually do the run, which is like bonkers to me. Like the way my brain processes the way this stuff works is like, but why take longer to save file? But then doing more than
right. It's like some part of you that's like, wait, the creative part, that's the hardest to automate, right?
Yeah.
Why did that go so fast?
Going on like the Silicon Valley train here, of reference, like diffusion and AI really just is compression. Yeah, like it actually is just a compression algorithm, and in the middle of that compression, we make all the changes. All the magic happens, and then we decompress it, right? Like that's it.
Middle out.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's middle out, dude. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and this is also the bottleneck when I'm trying to get it to run on a MacBook, because like I just wanted like in Ableton, I want to be playing it live as an instrument.
Yeah,
that is kind of the goal, and like we know that we've gone pretty far when the decoder is a bottleneck, and so we have some updates coming for what will be like next year, Stable Audio 3, I guess, where we've done a lot of improvements there. And yeah, hope to see it on MacBooks across the world.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
exciting.
even just having the API access on your MacBook now is super nice, because like I've even finding that because I recently moved, and for about a month I didn't have access to my big beast machine, and I had to use my Mac for all of my AI stuff. And like Comfy Cloud and RunPod and just the API nodes in general were an absolute godsend during that time. Because I didn't realize how used to having a big fat GPU in my house I was, until I didn't have one. And then it's like, oh, actually you can't really do that much, but now you can. I guess my bigger point is now sort of, like the bottom line is compute costs money. Like there's no getting around the cost of it. It's just where you put it. Like local, that's a big upfront cost, but then you get free compute until the card
electricity.
dies. Yeah, electricity isn't free either.
No one ever accounts electricity, right?
Yeah,
No, we never think
even
about
after you buy the GPU, that the electricity itself, might be close to a run pod session for like a lower GPU. But my point is, it costs money to do research on this stuff, and a lot of us got got really lucky that when we started Google Collabs, like kind of just left the lights on at night for us. And we were able to kind of harness those GPUs and really practice on, on some top tier GPUs for free. I feel bad a lot of the people coming in today don't have access to that, but there's lots of other free stuff too. So go find it, people. Go find the free stuff and just learn how these models work and then go spend money. Right on. Let's go play with it.
Sick.
100%.
Let's hear some music.
Also, Salo had a question that I think we should preface with. They said, "Is it a music model or is it text to speech and SFX as well?"
What's been your experience with it, CJ? Stable Audio 2.5.
Oh no, text to speech. No, we don't. There's no speech. No words or lyrics or speech or anything. Just audio, just music.
Cool, sweet. Yeah, I think there's tons of text to speech out there, so let's switch it up.
Right on. All right, let's hit it. Let's prompt. Let's get a prompt from the master. What should we do here, CJ?
Okay, so one of my favorite.
No pressure.
Let's see. Oh, do genre : impending tribal.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite genres. Like in that movie trailer, like
yeah,
it's that sound.
Is that it? Just run that.
Yeah, run that.
This fall.
So yeah, friends, this is in the API nodes. We have 3 nodes available using Stable Audio 2.5. We have the text to audio. We also have Stability AI audio to audio, so you can run audio through it and remix it or play with it. And then there is also Stability AI audio inpainting. So you can say at a certain point in a track, start changing it. So we're going to play with all these nodes, but for now we're just going to play with the text to video or text to audio to get a feel for what it sounds like. Impending tribal. I mean, this is already perfect for a game trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cinematic trailer.
It's clean.
Yeah,
it sounds very clean.
Well, that's the thing I wanted to get across. Like, this model sounds awesome. I like how the tracks evolve too. They don't just stay.
Is that a sub drop?
Yeah, sub drop. Voices come in. hear spring verb on that.
Wow.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
It was cool.
Oh man,
We're gonna try your funk prompt. Have money.
Mm.
But yeah, man, that's great. Like
Mm.
that could go in a like a reel or whatever. Like if you were working on a reel of something, like it's like boom. Just
Man,
use that.
I can't wait to come home from school and play that game until my mom yells at me about my grades.
Good times.
I just tried the same in Suno V5 and it wasn't this epic. Bravo.
Damn, there you go.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Also, did anyone notice how fast it was? It's quite speedy.
It's really fast.
Yeah. The slow
31
part,
seconds. Yeah, 31
seconds. Okay, yeah. So the GPU only takes 4 seconds, but it's literally the bottleneck's now the network, like sending it, converting it to MP3, sending it back to the user.
All right, here comes some funk. And just be advised, this may not be funk. So this is seed dependent too, right? Sometimes the prompt is only half of it.
Yeah.
Glorious funk.
Okay. There's actually no funk in the data set.
None?
No.
Oh, okay. What does it think? Oh, that's it.
Okay, yeah. No, there's no funk music. I freaking love DJ Smokey. I love that rare funk. I love that. Yeah, the trill wave stuff.
Grinch grin.
Yeah, no, it's not in there. And I gotta remember, yeah, this data set is very, very highly like coming from like movie, music, TV. It's been trained on the Audio Sparks music library. But it does have a lot of popular genres in it, but it is mostly this like soundtrack kind of heavy data.
Orchestral almost.
Yeah, the orchestra stuff, right? And yeah, it'll do dubstep. It's not going to sound like sound designy kind of dubstep.
Yeah,
but more like
spell check. Did you mean funk?
Do you mean fuck?
No. No, we didn't. All right, we're going to try this. Oh, that was fast. Okay, that was less than 31 seconds. Horror funk, dark funk. So, if the music's not in the training data, there's a very low chance it's going to actually do the thing. Is this Skrillex?
I don't know, dude. It sounds pretty sound designy.
Already better than 30 moves to lose. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm a big dubstep head. And like this, it reminds me of like 2010s kind of early bro step where like this. It's like I would just have this be a starting point, and to add like a lot more finesse to it. Like obviously it's very repetitive. Obviously, I mean, it sounds like Serum. Like I couldn't tell the difference.
Right.
But then like the intricacies of like really, really dense sound design. I think with like some very clever audio to audio and inpainting and like chopping up a bunch of things and arranging into Ableton, you can get like stuff that's more like with modern sensibility to it. And yeah, this is primarily how I'm using the model these days, is to produce samples, cut it up, chop it up in Ableton.
Yeah.
And yes, the artist lore, right? So if we take this model, we've done this with like the dubstep of Mr. Bill, with Zeppler and Conti Experience. It sounds awesome. It's way like, because diffusion is like really good at layering. It nails those like intricate nuances that the genre demands. And yeah, artist lore's all the way.
Let's see if we can do reggae. Our band reggae. I love gibberish vocals.
This is how it feels when I go to a concert in another country. I'm just like, sounds great. Sounds good.
I like the part where she said, I've been
listening to a lot of German reggae recently. There's this Swiss German song goes like "Bomb das Volume, bombed das Volume." It's like, oh, it's stuck in my head. I love I love the nonsense lyrics. For me, like we've like intentionally avoided lyrics conditioning because I love nonsense so much.
I'm a big proponent of the instrumental too. Honestly, like when I use other tools like Suno and things like that, like I never make lyrics. I find that like it's fun for a minute for me, but I want to make moods and energies that I can impose my own feelings on, and I find lyrics get in the way. The lyrics tell me how to feel, not like when, you know what I mean? Like I want to listen to the same song on a different day and feel something different, right? That's kind of how I approach it with my music experience anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. It's becoming more like bespoke and for the moment, like ephemeral, like the which goes back to what CJ was saying about your music being almost deterministic, not probabilistic. Like it's like gen art. I don't want to see the same piece every time. I want to see something that makes a really good piece in this set of constraints every time. It's like I drank too much lean.
Wait.
Or it's like the guy singing it with a compressor mic and it just keeps cutting him, gating. Yeah, that headphone mic trick.
This might be my new favorite SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah, it's
Like I really like that. Like like seriously, like that is very cool.
It's like
Speaking in clanker,
Mumble.
clanker.
Clanker rap.
I start trying to imagine the lyrics. It's like I got a pocket full of cheese and
Peter would like to know if you can specify BPM. What's been your experience with setting BPMs? Is it
yes.
do you work like are there limitations? Like can you say like
Yeah,
bass at 10 BPM or is it like
oh yeah, no,
or like in line with like the speed of the actual music?
it is a soft suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah, so sometimes if you do drum and bass at 10 BPM, nah, it's gonna override it. I mean, if you set drum and bass between like 160 and 180, definitely. Well, drum and bass at 140, yeah, actually. Like dubstep at 174, make drum step, sure. But then at some point you're fighting uphill against the distribution. But then I don't know, cranking the CFG more is gonna force it to do it anyway, even though it's out of distribution.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you can make it try anyway.
Yeah, you can make it try anyway. And yes, the negative prompt is a thing, and that's actually something I'm exploring lately. Because you can do CFG between 0 and 1, and when you do like half CFG, it's actually it's a competing influence between the positive and the negative prompt at that point. And you can even do things where like you set the positive prompt to like 2/3 the BPM of the negative prompt, and then it'll put the music into triplet form. It's actually pretty crazy. Yeah.
That's fun. That's the kind of research I'm super
yes, that's what we need.
All right, let's see what it does with grime. I should have put drill. It's greasy in a really pleasing way. I've been a producer for a long time. And it just is. There's a sensibility to all of the production that just like, I don't know. It's something a lot of music lacks. A lot of music has got like this repetitive nature, it doesn't evolve. This stuff seems like there's always a new hook evolving and then changing into something, mutating, and then something else is coming in. That's not an easy thing to like reproduce. So it's really cool that this model can do that, because it's not something a lot of humans can do.
Right. Yeah. And painting is going to be really helpful if you want to generate a track that it has a lot of changes. And what I imagine in ComfyUI, you could set up like multi inpainting passes, like hit one button and then it does like 3 inpaints, and then you hear the end result just by linking nodes together. And yeah, so there's tricks. If it's making things that don't have enough change, that's one trick.
Denver wants to know what happens when you give it an empty prompt.
Oh, empty prompt. Then it's just going to do like regression to the mean, which I think is like rock, like just straight ahead bland rock music.
Oh, crazy.
Does that reflect like generally, like the mean, right? So that so it's somewhere in the data, it's like slightly skewed to rock. Is that kind of
what it's indicative of? Yeah, it's definitely skewed towards rock, hip hop, and orchestral music. Yeah, there's definitely a slant.
Very cool. That makes a lot of sense when I think about other image models that when you just run a normal blank prompt.
Yes, right, exactly. Right, because what is learning, like likelihood training, is literally trying to make a approximation of the same distribution of your training data. So if your training data is already lopsided, then that's what you get when you roll the die with the model. It's trying to learn the same lopsidedness.
Yeah, pretty much.
No prompt. Nickelback.
Let's try some impending drum and bass.
Okay, that sounds like a sick genre.
Oh. The drum and bass is just over there.
It's coming. It's not here yet.
Over there.
Nice.
It didn't impend very long. It showed up.
Nice panning.
Yeah, there's always really good stereo separation in this stuff. It doesn't sound too stuck into one.
That's all the BAE.
Which is cool.
Maybe the best one yet, that's Haven. Listen to this one after the stream. It's good. Let's share this one up first.
Yeah. Joe says, "Man, I love this, and I love that CJ managed to get money to build himself a massive toy."
That's right. That is my life. Thank you, Joe, for recognizing.
You're living the dream, CJ.
Deaver would like to know if there's a future for control nets for audio.
Yes, yes.
Done much research there?
Yeah, Zach from Dadabots, he that's his job currently. We have the code for it. We're experimenting with melody conditioning, with RMS conditioning. We had Zach Novak on the team who made Ditto. If you look up, Ditto for diffusion, it's another kind of conditioning. And even experimenting things with like song structure conditioning, or like but like self-similarity matrix song structure conditioning. So like here's the symmetry in the music where parts just repeat, now make something that has the same symmetry. And yeah, we're just trying to make that as best as it can before we release something out in the wild. Still a lot of work there to get that to be excellent.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's I've been over the past few days building a lot of like audio reactive nodes for Comfy, and one of the nodes that I built was like a music sequencer, right? But it's not a sequencer in the traditional sense. It's a sequencer for patterns. So I could do like 1 bar, 1 bar, 4 bars, 2 bars, right? And then I can map that sequence to pattern A, and then I can have 4 patterns and then sequence the patterns, right? And I'm wondering, because I haven't really seen anything like that before. Like you can kind of do it with Suno where it's like intro, build up, breakdown, bridge, right? But I'm wondering, like, that would be a fun control net where it's like you're blocking out sections of time or even patterns and then just saying fill the gaps kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah, no, exactly. And like you do that directly with ControlNet, but I also think with just a combination of inpainting and audio to audio and prompting, there's so much unexplored territory. And just like experimenting in the Gradio like I normally do, the UX isn't really set up for that kind of depth, the way that like these Comfy nodes are. So I feel like people are going to discover new ways to do these kinds of things, even just in Comfy. Even like you're saying with creating song structures, like for example, if you wanted to create a whole set of verses, you could have inpainting, you have a song, you like erase, put the mask over the existing verse and give no hints at either edge of what that verse should sound like. And then you run that 10 times, you get 10 different verses. And you repeat the same for the chorus and every other section. And now you have a whole bunch of pieces that you can stitch together. And then you could programmatically stitch that together and then smooth the edges by doing audio to audios, like noise it and re-denoises it a little bit.
Low denoise, it all.
So like with just like, under like a dozen steps or less, you can make some patterns for things that have never existed before.
Oh wow, Pers has my you updated my nodes. You already have the audio nodes I built.
Yeah, the Comfy Core trim node didn't trim the audio. I sent it, so I'm gonna see if this one will. Because it was like the audio you sent was too long, but I sent it to 190. But maybe that's a different value. Just trying to figure this stuff out while you guys are talking. But basically, I ran this track earlier. I'm gonna just try and audio to audio it to solo piano and see what we get. I'll play the original track now so you guys can hear what it. Yeah, oh, this isn't even the one I wanted to do. Yeah, this one was funny because I said UK garage, like for, like UK garage drums, like one like 2-step like UK bass, but I got like
normal rock,
like a garage band, yeah.
Like
yes,
garage band.
Yes.
Oh, but it did the thing. It did the thing. Full strength solo piano in paint from that rock.
Interesting though, like it completely ignored my node as well.
No, I don't think it did. Oh, no, it didn't. This thing just spits out 190 when it's done.
Oh,
so I only sent it a minute, but it still sends out. That's crazy. Let's put the strength lower.
Oh, yes. Yeah, for inpainting, the CFG needs to be lower. Otherwise, the new prompts will overpower it. Is strength correlated to CFG? Oh, I guess
I would imagine.
Yes.
The parameter controls how much influence the auto parameter has on the generator.
Yes. Okay.
It would depend how our API people wired it up in the background. I'm not entirely certain.
Expose it all. Expose it all.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, there's a fine line to walk there, because if you expose too many options and the user selects a series of options that don't work together, they're just going to get an error and not know why. All right. Now we hear the original audio in there. See if we can get some piano. It's trying.
Sounds like some nice US music.
Love that song. It all sounds like Simlish.
Yes.
Dude, that's amazing. I'm gonna make a sim game now.
In Comfy.
Yeah, comfy sim game.
So this is audio to audio. This is a lot more experimental stuff. Like what I'm doing here probably wouldn't work anyway. So we're just kind of like getting weird stuff out of it. But we'll play with the inpainting, because with inpainting you can actually like tell it at a certain time you want a certain thing to happen, which is pretty cool.
Right. Let's see. Wait, try 0.9.
Yeah, this one's almost done. This is 0.6.
Okay.
Last one was 0.3, everybody.
Okay.
It's trying so hard to turn it into a so trippy. I will try 90% here.
And you know what blows my mind is like CJ said they went out of their way not to bring attention to the lyrics of the training data. And you can see it still coming through. So you just know it would truly be as simple as captioning that piece of the puzzle, right? Like that's what I'm getting out of this, really. Like it's there. It understands what it should be, but it doesn't understand what it represents or is, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, actually, one funny thing that'd be nice is like instead of conditioning on the lyrics, it takes these like Simlish that's already there and then just nudges it towards the closest words.
Dude, that's an amazing idea.
That'd be funny.
Now it sounds like MIDI piano.
There we go.
That's pretty good.
They should use that in a movie when someone's been hit in the head or something and they're just like, walking through a party and just like disoriented.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
CJ, how many data points was this trained on? Like,
so there's 800,000 tracks in there. And so there is a mixture of real instruments and synthesizer music. And so sometimes you prompt for piano, you get one or the other. So one way to force instrument music, I just do track type : instrument. And then I'll do like comma, like instrument : piano. And this is gonna be less like the sounding MIDI.
So 10 seconds in, we're going to add a jet engine taking off. I think that's what we've done here. Duration 190, 8 steps, mask start, 10 seconds, mask end 190. 10 seconds in, a jet engine should start taking off. You know, that's what I want to add to all my music. Is the sound of distant air shows.
Yeah, that's the advantage of like throwing sound effects and music into the same model. That it can kind of span it. And I don't know, Pers, maybe you've discovered the new buildup.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's too much with the risers.
I know
we need something new.
We need something new, especially trap uses a lot of the same riser that's everywhere, and is on Splice. And whenever I hear it, I'm like, oh, that one.
Yeah. There it is.
I heard it.
It is in there.
Whoa, wait, that's actually pretty dope.
It like made it part of the buildup.
It made it part of the buildup.
Why do I feel like that would just work? Like that would like I would expect that in a weird, quirky garage rock band.
Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. Getting like kind of psych rock there. Yeah, I love how that was not just sounding like a sample of a jet engine. It was actually a band interpreting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what that would mean.
I think if you crank the CFG up, then that would get.
I can't. There's no control for the CFG on these nodes.
Oh, I see him. Okay.
Falling down the stairs. Yeah, well, we're getting close to the end here, so I'll just run this one and we'll do those. But do you have any final thoughts, or do you know where do you think this is all going, man? Like, what do you want to do with your skills? What do you want to do with like these models? What's your dream performance? You know, like what's the end result of all this stuff? Where are we going?
Awesome. I mean, for us, it's live music. And like once the models were fast enough, I could generate a full 3-minute track in 4 seconds. Then we're like, oh shit, we can DJ with this. So we maybe coined this term like prompt jockeying. We filmed a documentary about it. We did. I've played a whole bunch of shows in Europe and America doing this. Just a lot of this underground raves type stuff, but also random UN cocktail parties where they're like, don't do any of the metal stuff. And no, I just love performance. And so actually what's interesting about playing in the UN where there's like ambassadors from all these various countries, we're like, and because we have a model that can do any of these genres, we're actually taking suggestions from the audience. And this like opens up a whole new kind of level to live music. This isn't normally there, right? Because there's no band, they rehearse these songs. It's just improv. You can improv. And at the UN, I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, hey, like, you know, tell me about your country's music. Tell me about your country's music. And like, all right, let's try to fuse them together. It's like, last time we're there, like, you know, the favorite genre was like Afrobeats. People love Afrobeats. We're like, oh, cool. Okay, what if we combine Afrobeats with like music that we grew up with, like New England hardcore? Like, what would that sound like? And so then that just becomes the thing that we're doing, like in the DJ booth live. And so now I want to like just push that concept even further. And honestly, like seeing how ComfyUI is doing it, like man, I could actually this expands the range of things that I could like patch together live as I'm doing it. And just on the one hand, coming at it from like an improv theater background, the other hand coming at it from programmer and musician background is like I just want to put all these loves together. And just like make an instrument, like be the Les Paul, but also be the Hendrix, and just like explore what it means to do extreme music in like different ways, right? Extreme doesn't necessarily have to mean loud noise. Like you could also be very quiet, like with like lowercase.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Unfortunately, I think we might have just lost CJ.
Just like that.
And just like that.
Beautiful exit.
Let's slide over and see how this inpaint worked.
Falling down the stairs.
On. It's a good chance that that's not in the database, and I just put a stupid thing in there. But yeah, I was having good luck with the inpainting nodes. They're super fun. Really, for me, the text audio is a super fun thing. It's got like we saw tonight, it can make really good sounding stuff. So if you
Yeah,
need,
it's run-based.
you know,
Cool.
music
Cool.
for your art, like this is definitely one way to look at it. And we'd like to thank CJ for being here, even though he seems he's frozen. Oh,
He's back.
Oh.
we got another CJ. Hey.
Hey.
There he is.
All right.
Right on.
Where'd they cut me off?
I don't know. Where do we lose you? We got most of it, I think. Your video cut, but your audio didn't, and then it did.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I just want to make the craziest live music instrument that I can. And no one's going to make neural synthesis small and fast enough to run on a laptop, except like if no one else is going to do it, like we have to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's got to do it. Right on. Well, thank you so much, man. And like it's been super fun diving into audio. We don't really get to get into audio that much.
Yeah, it's very rare.
And we'll send you the link to Ace Step. That's a fun one.
That is a fun one.
It can do full songs, like lyrics. Like you can add like a whole song full of lyrics, and it'll do music plus vocals. It's pretty fun.
Awesome.
But yeah. What do you got coming up with Dadabots? Do you want people to follow you like on YouTube or on X?
Yeah.
Where do you guys do your stuff the most?
Yeah, follow us on YouTube. We'll do like infinite live streams. We'll just set up a process of music generating and run it. Our longest one has been running for 6 years straight. It's a technical death metal generator. Follow us on that. Check out Dadabots.com with links to everything. Links to our code, the model, stable audio open, the research papers, the music videos. If you want to get into this, if you're like a musician getting into machine learning, or maybe you're into machine learning, you want to start messing with music, highly recommend checking out the AI song contest, which every year you team up, you make a song, and you're rewarded based on how complex of a process that went into it, and that you actually made a good song.
Very cool.
Check that out, and aiming to get out some collab notebooks on lower fine tuning of the open model, make it easier for everyone to do fine tunes. And my goal for next year is to make a live coding environment like Strudel or Tidal, but like wrapped around neural synthesis, which is just gonna be so freaking fun. And then once I get that up, I'm gonna start just doing live streams, like suggestion from the chat. Oh my God, I can't wait.
No, that sounds super fun. Super fun. Yeah, the Strudel thing is getting big. I keep seeing that that one woman on YouTube doing it, and just like looks like she's having a blast.
Dude, DJ Dave and Switch Angel. They're my homies. We did a project. We did a tour with DJ Dave.
Nice.
And, get them on the show.
we should definitely do some Comfy. See what kind of nonsense we can do with Comfy with some smart brains, some smart music brains. Right on. Well, thank you so much, CJ. It's been a really fun dive into all this stuff, and thanks, Phil. Thanks, Julian.
Appreciate it, CJ.
Yeah. And friends, join the Comfy Challenge. You will see. I think voting is soon, and the Impossible Feast challenge should be done soon, so y'all can check out the results to that. I think we'll post that on Tuesday. Check out the blog for everything. We just some news. We published subgraph publishing, so now you can actually save your subgraphs into like an assets folder in your machine, and then you can reuse each of your little subgraph components that you want to save as linked subgraphs. So yeah, subgraph functionality has been massively increased, and we've done some stuff with selection toolboxes. So please go check out the blog for more info on all the stuff that they be doing in the lab at Comfy while we sit here and play with all the fun models. We got the best job here, I think.
CJ might argue with you.
What's that?
I say CJ is also a pretty good job, I would say, with them.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, CJ might have something to say about that. True. But yeah, man, thank you so much, and goodbye, everybody. We'll see you all on Friday. What's today? Yeah, Friday.
Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday. Man,
Yes, sir.
The days just blur together when everything comes out. Every 3 minutes, it feels like we get 7 days in one day.
I'm ready for bed. It's only 4.
All right, friends. Thank you so much. We'll have you on again soon, CJ. That was a really fun time.
Yeah, same. You guys are great.
Thanks,
Bye-bye,
CJ. You
everybody.
killed it.